Prostate cancer is a malignancy of the prostate gland, and by malignancy I mean a cancer. And this is where you have cells that are disorganized, unruly. They don't follow the normal rules and processes of cell life and cell death. So every organ and structure in our body has to follow rules determined by genes where cells grow and cells die. But in this particular cancer, they don't follow the rules, and it happens to occur in the prostate gland.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in Jamaica. As it relates to cancers overall, it is the most common for men and women combined, and the most common for cancer-related deaths in men.
So it's mostly common in the aging male. We tend to screen at age 40 in this country because our men are high risk. Around the world, black men are the highest risk groups. So if you look in the US database, the highest prevalence rates are seen in blacks, and it's just not in the US alone. Even in the UK, any country where there's a melting pot of different racial groups, blacks are highest risk. And I believe in our country, our statistics suggest that the highest prevalence rate is in the 70 to 79 age group band.
So what is it that is responsible for this malignancy?
Genetics. There are some diseases that tend to be seen in some racial groups versus others, right? And whereas prostate cancer is seen all over, you know, white men get prostate cancer, Chinese men get prostate cancer as much as black men. However, the risk is higher. It appears to be more biologically aggressive in black men, and that would just be related to genes. Prostate cancer, still controversial, still investigational, whether lifestyle can prevent prostate cancer. What has the data shown? The data has shown that men who have a generally inactive lifestyle, who have an unhealthy diet, lots of fatty food, lots of processed food, not enough fruits and vegetables, may be at slightly higher risk. And therefore it is suggested that perhaps a lifestyle where one exercises a lot, eats healthier food, has a lot of these cruciferous vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, you know, even at one point in time, lycopenes that are found in tomato, they were the thing. Then these men would have a lower risk of getting prostate cancer. And several trials were done to see if you could prevent prostate cancer. However, there can't be any harm in exercising and eating healthy. So we encourage our patients to do so. How do we know someone has prostate cancer? We recommend that diagnosis must be done through screening. And screening means detecting the disease before you have symptoms. So the screening test for prostate cancer are a blood test and a physical exam where we feel the prostate gland. And we can feel it by inserting a finger in the rectum and simply running our hands over the surface to feel for any abnormalities. Surely the blood test is more sensitive at detecting the malignancy, and the blood test is not diagnostic, but what it suggests is that if the levels are elevated, we should go on to confirmatory tests.
This conformity test is dreaded by many men in society and causes them to become apprehensive at the thought of visiting the doctor. But what does the good doctor do?
Listen, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. If a man decides to come into my office and says, "Doc, I'm not gonna allow you to do my rectal exam, I just want the blood test," he's gonna have the blood test done because he's there. And the blood test by far is more superior or sensitive to the rectal exam. I let you know I would really prefer to do the physical exam as well, but I'm not gonna let him go because he refused to do the physical exam.
Fears alleviated. So if you're a man of 40 years and older, you should be going to get your prostates evaluated. The earlier the better, because if a man starts showing symptoms of prostate cancer, it is usually at an advanced stage.
So let's talk about early stage prostate cancer. That is localized to the prostate and has not gone outside. It can be cured. So men can be cured of prostate cancer. Men have been cured of prostate cancer, either through surgery, where we as urologists remove that prostate, or through radiation, where radiation oncologists apply energy to the prostate over a period of time to kill prostate cells essentially. And those two methods are standard of care for cure. Does everybody who have prostate cancer need to have intervention with surgery or radiation? No. Some men who have innocuous or indolent disease, that means it was just incidentally discovered, but it will never cause any problems. And those men can have it watched. And we call that active surveillance, where we're actively monitoring them, where we're actively checking their PSA every 3 months, where we may decide to intervene if it's not quite behaving like low risk or innocuous cancer. And those men can be spared intervention or potential complications of intervention. But if the disease is thought to be significant, and this will be based on a clinical data that we have, then it can be cured. But usually cured is if the prostate cancer is localized to the prostate, if at all, maybe going just a little outside. If there is spread to distant areas, to the bone, to the spine, to other organs, we cannot offer cure. However, we can offer hormonal therapy, which helps suppress the cancer, and it can remain suppressed for a very, very long time. And this suppression is offered in the form of what we call androgens, androgen blockers. They may be availed through traditionally removing the testes, done much less than before, or medications, tablets that are taken, or chiefly through injectables that are given every 3 months. Chemotherapy can be offered in the early stage for prostate cancer, combined with hormones, and you find that you have a longer period of response to treatment. My message to men regarding prostate cancer and prostate screening: come in and get your checks done. The test, the physical exam, is not painful. It is brief. It takes 5 minutes, and it's a simple and quick test to do. But if there is even a challenge, know that the blood test is far more sensitive in detecting abnormality. We need to save our lives. We need our men for our country. Come in and get tested.